Listen, I don't have to tell you what's about to happen. So this is going to happen. You can find it if you want. When you time. It's coming right at you. And it's playing the keys. And it's taking the form of the force of nature that we call Kim Rhodes and Briana Buckmaster. Raise your hand if you're brand new.
You're gonna let us sing with them at Saturday Night Special too.
All right, I'm getting the hell off the stage.
Don't fall, Jason. I love you.
Oh my God, remember when I used to do this dance all the time? Kim, watch me, watch. I just started doing that and I was like, this is familiar in my body. For all you new people.
When the band comes back, clap for them next time.
Whose water is that?
Fuck that water.
Fuck that water.
Stupid water. Why you gotta be so hydrating?
I'm gonna find my own goddamn water.
Someone else. Yeah, just we're gonna be nice to the band. Their feelings get hurt when you yell at them.
I can't hear you.
Oh, okay.
You guys can hear her though, right?
Yes.
Nana's getting old. What did you say?
When the band comes back. When the band clap, because their feelings get hurt sometimes.
Oh yes, for the new. Okay, we love how much you love us, and we love that when they come on, it's the sign that we leave, and that gives you the sads, but we don't respond to the sads by booing our friends. That's what you mean, right?
Yes, please.
There we go.
Yay! Ready? Here they come. Walk along.
The band! Good job, everyone. Okay, let's have a look at you.
Okay.
All right.
Woo!
Missed you.
Here.
We've got to really make this count because this was the longest run-up for a convention ever in the history of ever.
Oh no, there's a monitor there. I'm only going to look at myself now. Who did this? This has never been here before.
There's a delay.
Oh no.
Oh, I'm fucked.
Cover it.
No, that they have to watch it.
What are you doing?
Move your chair. Move your chair.
No, hold on.
There you go.
Yeah, don't put shiny things in front of me and Kim. Yay. You guys are good clappers. Okay, well, that's it for me and Kim. Have a great day, everyone. Thank you so much.
Come back. We're going to. Okay, so wait. There were new people here, right? So one, you may ask us anything. We won't necessarily fucking answer everything. But you are welcome to ask us anything. If we don't want to answer, we will do the courtesy and respect of explaining why. Two, we swear a fuck ton. It is not intentionally to fucking offend you. It's because I have big fucking feels and fucking often fucking expresses that. So, there, you've been warned. Is there anything else that we need to get triggered
No, I'm excited to find out what kind of twat waffle is going to come out of this panel today.
It's gonna be great. It's gonna be great.
You OGs know exactly what I'm talking about. Just wait, just wait.
Oh my God, that one, I can see that one too.
Don't look that way.
I just wanted to say some fucking things.
Who's talking? Who's talking right now? Oh.
Hold on. You ever have a moment when all your trains of thought collide?
Were you in a sneeze?
Yes. No, that was my brain watching me over there and hearing someone say face forward and realizing I didn't realize what direction they meant.
Oh!
Forward. There we go. There's forward. Ah. Someone ask a fucking question.
I know.
I love
He's
you.
going to ask us, but he's been very patient.
Yeah,
Yes.
well, I don't have a fucking question per se.
Fair. That's fucking fair.
Well done. Well played.
So first of all, it's my wife and I's first con ever, and so we came to
Some virgin.
Welcome home.
Thank you. We talk a lot about how we think Supernatural should have ended, and I think that what we ended up agreeing was we didn't see Donna Hanscum enough. And spoiler alert, so cover your ears. After Jack sort of became the new god, we thought the best ending should have been Donna Hanscum with a big ass gun just blowing Chop away.
I support that in so many different levels.
And that's all. I didn't have a question. I just wanted to say that.
Thank you for using this time to ask me a question to go, fuck that show, here's how it should have ended. You made my day, friend.
I like that.
Somebody write some artwork for that, please. Thanks.
It probably exists.
I want it to exist in my house in front of my dining room table. Thank you, friend. Hello. Great.
First of all, this is my question.
Hold on, stop.
Why are you laughing? What happened? What just happened?
One of these things, so be nice.
Okay.
I love both of you as actresses. I love both characters, but Kim, you are an amazing actress because I hated you in Criminal Minds.
Oh, I'm so sorry.
And Supernatural, so thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, for those of you who don't know, I had a brief stint on Criminal Minds, and they even the actors admitted I was worse than any unsub they ever had. They're like, you are the epitome of evil. And I was like, thank you. So thank you for that. I did. That was the hardest I've ever had to act in my life. I made very conscious choices about a person who was very much not me. Usually I play a lot of flavors of Kim. Like there's a lot of different flavors of Kim. Linda Barnes was like fucking no like Linda Barnes was not even a food, let alone a flavor of Kim. Linda Barnes was like a concrete block. I'm sorry, my metaphor got lost, but you know what I mean.
I do. Oh, hello.
Hello.
Hi, my name's Grace. So in season 5, Dean makes a reference to Sweet Life of Zach and Cody, and I was just wondering if you think Jody had a brief stint with acting, or like how did that happen?
I want to know the reference.
Oh wait, hold on a second. Here, you talk amongst yourself. I happen to have my phone on me, which has the answer to that. Hold on.
If you want to know. And so Dean is trapped in heaven with Zachariah and Cass, and he goes, so this is Sweet Life of Zach and Cass?
Cute. Very cute.
Hold on, keep trying. Hold on, I've got to get to the bottom of my TikTok page.
I made a TikTok about this. Like with the circles, but I can't remember it, and it's too hard to do again, so I know I've got the answer to it
With
there.
what circles?
Like the world
A Venn
circles,
diagram.
how this all fits. I made it all fit somehow. It made sense.
So hard
Isn't
today.
it great watching old people get to the bottom of a feed?
So that we can show you something important. Like, just be glad it's not a fucking picture of a cat. Oh, but I do have those on here. Here, ask Briana a question, and as soon as I find it,
Ask me a fucking question.
Okay. I was wondering if you, like, Donna could interact with any other character that she didn't get a chance to, like, who would it be and why? Or, like, what character would interact with you most chaotic or something?
Well, I always used to say that I think it would be funny for Donna to interact with Cass. Because Cass is a little clueless to personalities. And Donna's a big personality. And I think she would be ambivalent to the fact that he's not interested in a conversation with her. So it'd be something like, oh, hiya, I've heard so much about ya. And then Cass would just be like, hello, human. There wouldn't be, and then she would offer him some soup, and there, you know, it would be, I always think it'd be fun. This is the joke. I was saying, my second episode of Supernatural, Jensen and I would, right off the bat, for my first episode, would fuck around so much, because he would try to be funnier than me and ultimately fail. And so we would just keep fucking around, and every once in a while he'd go, okay, no, this is the wrong tone. Because the show's not a comedy, it just has some funny bits in it, right? But we would find opportunities to find like little funny pieces. I think it would be funny to have an episode, much like French Mistake, which is my favorite episode, where we're just leaning into the funny bits. And so, in any kind of episode where two characters that don't make any sense just hang out, where it's just those two characters, I think would be my dream. Did you find your two circles?
No, I quit looking.
Damn it.
The answer's someplace on my fucking TikTok page. If you see me with, so what I was like, here's the meta world, and then inside this world, and then inside this world. And the only part of it I remember is that Arwen knows all. Arwen is always the answer. So I don't know if Jody is bigger than Carrie, but somehow I made it make sense. It's all Arwen's fault. Go look it up. Go look it up. I'm on there somewhere.
I love the idea that your answer to a question is, I don't know, go look it up. I'm gonna steal that from you. I'm gonna steal that.
Frustrated because I remember making this make sense, and I was so excited. I had like a pencil, and there were different. I was like, this is the world where this is true, and this is the world where this is true, and this is the world where this is true. And I stuck them on a pencil. I was so excited for having visual aids. I just can't fucking remember what the answers were. They're in my brain somewhere. Come back tomorrow. I might remember them. I'll look for it. Okay, you want them? Sorry.
She hates us.
Yes. She's like, you are the worst.
I'm never coming to a fucking convention again. Just kidding.
Moms have very specific responsibilities. One is not actually having the answer easily when you ask an easy question. It's a mom thing. That's what I do.
So far, is this panel what you expected? Everything you dreamed of and more? You have to remember that Kim and I are almost 10 years older than when we first started doing these. So this used to be a cup of whiskey.
And these chairs used to be violated.
That's right. Not in a sexy way.
And we were like, we don't need chairs. We don't sit down. And now I'm like, that hurt.
Yeah, doing that. But God, have we only gotten funnier? So enjoy. Hi, darling. What's up?
Hi. So it's entirely okay if you don't remember, but at some point last night during the PJ party, Kim told us to ask about story. Okay, I'm so happy.
You're amazing. Good job. Good job. Good job.
Okay, I got you. All right, thank you. Oh my God, I'm so excited. All right, so we often have the question, if you could, no, this requires acting out. So we often have the question, if you could take any prop from the set, what would it have been? My answer is baby, and her answer is Jensen.
And I did.
We had, there was an episode called Wayward Sisters. There was a moment in Wayward Sisters where, like, things look grim and all the angels are on this bombed out boat and the shit's going down and they've all got their little angel blades and they're on the ground and they're going, here, with me, let's make some noise, let's be scary. It was going, it was so fucking scary. scary. And then all of a sudden the lightning, and they all fried, right? Yeah. Bad angels silhouetted, and like shit melted into the ground. So then, the next day, Donna and Jody are there on the boat, and there's a melted angel blade, like sticking up out of the ground. Think for a second with the handle of an angel blade.
It wasn't us.
I didn't choose to have
It was the props person.
the blade, and then just the tip. And a bit of the shaft.
That's all you need. That's all you need.
So what was supposed to happen? So the camera is behind us, and if you ever go back and look at this, I think I was on this side. So here, this is the angel blade, right there. Now,
Good luck to us all.
You're welcome. So the camera was behind us, and here was the shot that was supposed to happen. We come in, scary, 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 guns, guns, guns. Ooh, melted angels. So we go, oh fuck. That's really scary. This is some bad shit. We gotta, yeah. If you watch it, this is the actual shot. Oh, scary, scary, scary. Bad angels, bad angels. Look at the melted angel blade on the ground.
I think they ended up cutting that shot from the
They're like,
show.
fine, you win. So now my answer when everybody's like, what prop would you want to take? I'm like, melted angel.
I actually have a few of them at home already. Did that answer your question?
Is it worth it?
Yay!
Briana?
What?
This is for Kim or Briana, or you
Only one of us gets to answer. Okay, ready? Rock, paper, scissors.
Whoever had the longest is more likely. Whoever worked with a coworker that you didn't like working with, and who, if you did quit, hopefully you didn't. How did you overcome it? And what show are you happy that it ended with? Okay, so there's feedback.
Hold on. So what's happening? I want everybody to know. I am old, yes, but also there's the feedback of the microphone and the sound makes it very hard to understand what people are saying. So have you ever had an issue with a coworker? And if so, did they quit? And if so, how did you handle that?
I'll just say yes.
No, I'm not going to answer a question you don't want me to answer. I will answer the first part. Have you ever worked with somebody you didn't get along with? Oh my God, yes. There's don't get along with because you know each other so well and you just know how to push each other's buttons. And then there's you don't get along with because somebody is the devil incarnate. So I have not worked with the second. I worked with the first, which is where there are people that you know really well and you know how to push each other's buttons, and so you walk away from work going, oh, I fucking can't stand this person. Ultimately, I always think people are a reflection of us. This is a different circumstance than maybe what you're asking for. So my experience is with people that I think are good people, I just don't get along with, and then I try to find what about them is pushing my button and what about me is pushing their button, and see if we can find a way to not do that to each other, because I like my jobs, all of them that I have, and I don't want to walk away from them because of something that's going on. But I have not had a situation where I felt unsafe or I felt like I was being abused in any way. I think that's a very different scenario. How about you?
No, I mean, as an actor, I'm just going to speak to acting jobs. Most of what I've done in my life is just guest stars. So 1 week here, 1 week here, 1 week here, 1 week here. And so I have had a couple of incidences, I've had two that I can think of, where it was grotesque and the kind of treatment that I would quit over, but I needed the paycheck, and if I just last 2 more days, then I was out. So, yes, I have had absolutely 3. There's been 3 incidences where I was like,
Name them. Name them.
Okay, so the first and the worst one was when a director grabbed me, pulled me into the prop closet, locked the door, and said, put your tits right here, put your tits right here. And I couldn't get away, and I just started shaking and saying, no, 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 and then he laughed and he walked away. And then he didn't talk to me for the rest of the week. Yeah, dude. Oh, did you think I was fucking kidding? No, that's the kind of shit that happens. I didn't know any better. I was young and I was like 32 and I was like, I must have done something that made him think that was okay. Oh, poor little me. Then there was another guy who went off script in front of a live studio audience and made fun of the size of my hips. So by this point, I was like, I'm gonna stick up for myself. And I went up to the star of the show and I said, I'm actually very sensitive about the size of my hips. And he said, I know, that's what makes it funny. Oh my God. Right? And to answer your question, yeah, I was really fucking happy when his show got cut. I was like, oh, can't be mean for laughs anymore? Fuck you. Those were probably my two. The other one was just a comment somebody made where I was like, I said I've never tended bar before, and he goes, what, are you a stripper? Thanks, yeah, I am pretty. Fuck you. How dare you say that? Not that, to be clear, you do what you want with your body. Sex work is work. Sex work is work. You are valid and vital and beautiful. But the fact that you fucking said it like an insult? Don't. That's not cool. That's insulting to me and other women. So fuck you.
I hope that's a version of what you were looking for.
Those were perfect, and you ladies, thank you so much.
Oh, thank you, honey. Thank you for letting us know that. Hello.
Hello. I just want to say you guys are gorgeous, and I love you. My question is for both of you. Who do you think Donna and Jody's favorite legacies are? So we're talking like the girls. Who do you think they're favorite? Don't say they don't play favorites. I know every parent has a
You
favorite.
have to help me out. Again, I'm 54 years old.
Who do you think out of the
Legacies.
girls?
Which show is Legacies?
It's like Claire, Alex, Patience, like
Yeah.
Oh, thank God. Okay, I'm like, you're using a word that I should know. And I don't know it.
I think Donna's would be Patience because of how she trusted her with a shotgun and didn't, even though she said she didn't know how to use it. Or was it the flamethrower? It was a shotgun.
Claire the flamethrower.
That's right. No, I think she just asked randomly, okay, who knows how to use a flamethrower? And then I sounded like a leprechaun. Watch it again. You'll notice it. I also, it's tricky, and I've said this before, when you ask me things about Supernatural, I don't know the show that well. I watched all of the final season. I watched the first 5 seasons, but like directly after I had a baby, so I don't remember any of it. And then in the middle part, I was just like, I don't get it. And so, I don't get it. So I'll be at a PJ party and we'll play games, and the games will be like they'll be like a nod to the show.
Sexting in a Nokia.
In a Nokia, and I'll be like, what's in a Nokian? I don't know. So point being is, my experience of Supernatural is my relationship with the actors and the crew. I live in Vancouver, where the show is shot, and so I hung out with them socially more than I hung out with them on set. And so I would say out of the girls, I became very close friends with Clark, and we hung out quite a bit when we were both living in Los Angeles in 2019. And I adore her. I think she's very talented, and I think she's such an amazing, amazing woman. So I naturally picked her because I was close friends with Clark, as opposed to Patience.
I would love to say Jody loves all her girls equally. She does. She loves them all equally, but they all have different issues. And I think the thing that I love so much about Jody is that she has seen and accepted the depths of pain and continues to move forward in this world. Like, she knows how much it hurts to love and still continues to love. Now, Claire has seen the depths of this pain, but she has not fucking accepted it. She still thinks she's invulnerable. And that probably just enrages Jody. Because it's like, you are taking your life for granted, which will hurt you and me if you get yourself killed, you little shit. I had something to that effect in the last episode I was in, but they cut it. Alex, on the other hand, has truly seen the depths and is still choosing to love. So I think Jody, the other thing, there was a moment with the Men of Letters when Sam and Dean come and are like, hey, we need your help because Dean's busted up and so we gotta go shoot some bad people. You're probably all gonna die. And they did leave this in. I was like, if Jody's going, she's gonna check. Oh, yay, I get to yell. Oh no. So there's a moment when Sam is very clearly like, everybody's gonna die if you come with me. And Jody looks at Alex, and Alex nods. And then Jody says, I'm in. Because Jody might be a fighter, but she's not an asshole. And she understands that her life affects other people. So, final answer is Alex.
She's a mother.
Mom. Thank you. All right. Yeah.
Hey!
I was wondering if you could tell us any more about Brownie and Dog.
About what?
Brownie and Dog.
Oh, my book that I wrote.
Oh yes, thank you.
I am not going to read Brownie and Dog to you because you would all end up. For those of you who don't know, I wrote a children's book. As it turns out, about my personal journey, discovering who I am and learning to unmask and the things I told myself. But it's technically about a dog and a goat. Sure, about a dog and a goat. We have one more illustration to finish. It's then going to get formatted, but Stans has agreed to help partner with us and make sure that it gets in your hands. So the beginning of next year, Brownie and Dog should be available. It's sweet.
Yay.
It makes people cry. It's funny, and then it makes you cry, just like me.
Oh, wait. Hi.
Hi, ladies. My very first con.
Welcome.
I absolutely love you guys. Wayward Sisters is one of my favorite episodes. I love your relationship. It's amazing. I want to know, had Wayward Sisters been picked up? The boys were notorious for breaking the fourth wall. Would you have pitched to break the fourth wall as well with Wayward Sisters?
I mean, we did it on their show. So we would, of course, do it on our show. But, okay, so something happened. Do you remember this? When we were filming?
I don't know, tell me what it is.
I'm
going to go with no in that case. I'm going to go with no.
At the dinner scene, when Phil did a thing, and then we didn't do what he thought we were going to do, and he was like, aw.
Oh, yeah.
And we were like, we're working.
Yeah.
That was the difference. So the boys we're doing that show, being supernatural, for a long time. They got very comfortable with the crew. There's also a different expectation between men and women, and they fucked around a lot, and people love that about them. They also liked when I fucked around with them, if they were doing that at the time. I would never be the one to initiate a fuck around.
Because then we find out.
Yes.
If we're disposable.
So when we were filming Wayward Sisters, Phil Segretia, who we both love, I owe Phil so much of my experience in this world to him. And Wayward Sisters was his baby. He built it. He introduced our characters. And he did something at the dinner scene. I think he wanted to use it for the blooper reel, where he put on a song really loud and thought we'd all get up and start dancing. A, I didn't know the song that he put on. B, I thought maybe I just read the script wrong and this was supposed to happen, so I stayed in character. C, we were shooting something that we thought was going to be a big deal and didn't want to be the ones to go, yeah, let's fuck this up. And he was like, I can't believe you guys didn't break character. And I think, you know, Kim was the one to go, I'm working. I'm not going to be the one to choose to break character because it's, you know, time is money, no other place more than in the film industry. And so you fuck around, it costs money to somebody who is not me, and I didn't want to get in shit for it. So, yes, probably down the line there'd be fuckery. I don't know that the girls, we didn't know each other very well, and so we didn't know what they were into. Acting can be a kind of a sensitive thing to some performers, to some actors, and they have processes, and we didn't know all about it. Phil knew Kim and I, and Phil knew that we were funny and that we liked to like fuck around with the boys, but we didn't want to be the ones to like do that ourselves. Now, you know, I would do that in a heartbeat because we know that brings him pleasure and we love him, and so happy to fuck around and find out. Yeah, love Phil's Appreciate.
Hi, I'm Micah. So my question is for Kim, but also Briana, if you want to jump in.
Hello.
So I have been watching Kim since I was a kid. I watched Sweet Life of Zack and Cody growing up, and my mom was always walking with me, and I sent her a photo after our meet and greet, and she said, "Is Kim aging backwards?" So my question is, are you both aging backwards? Because you all look.
Yes, we are. Thank you so much. Thank you.
Usually very openly I'm like, Botox.
Yeah, Botox.
But I don't have, it's all worn off. I don't, at this point, it doesn't make sense for me to put money in my face when I basically work with goats. And y'all love me no matter what I look like. And this haircut, I gave myself.
Yeah, she sent me a picture. She was like, take my scissors away from me. But I think it looks great.
So here's a conversation I had with a woman outside the Taylor Swift concert, because we were in Chicago and Taylor Swift. And I was sitting waiting for Saturday Night Special, and she comes down and she's like, are you going to the concert? I was like, oh, I would be the embarrassing mom if I were going to the concert. I'm going to a different concert with my friends. And she goes, well, and so we started talking. She's like, wait, your mom? I'm like, I am 54 years old. And she went, well done, so am I. And I had her pegged for maybe 34. And so we started talking, and her friends said, we both made deals with the devil, and we're like, no. What I think it is age genetics. I have no, but also being happy. When I consistently tell my body I need it because I want to live, because my life is beautiful and I am in gratitude and I am moving forward into yes and expanding into more me, my body tends to respond by like, oh, okay, I guess we won't die today then. Now, that is not to say that I am always in control of my fate, but I do think that this is really just, it's a lot of water and being happy and good genes. So thank your mom for me, but yeah, just go be happy.
I am 100% with that. The only thing that I would add, I also participate in a crazy amount of skincare products. I have, as Kim knows, a very talented esthetician who gives me regular facials. I nerd out about stuff like I nerd out about hair, I nerd out about makeup and skincare. Also, I get Botox. I have tried filler before, but I don't love it because it just changes the way my face looks. And I'm a big fan of my face. That's what she said. That's what she said. But the other thing I would add is that that I just think that there is nothing wrong with aging forward. I think that as women, we've made it such a big goal to try to preserve our skin because society has told us that we have more value in our youth. And so women, after childbearing years, are told they are less valuable and less worthy to society. So we spend I include myself in this group, we spend so much time and energy attempting to look young, to feel young is less of a priority, but we want to look young because then we will keep on being accepted. But if we, and I use the communal we, all decide that we are fire no matter what age we are, then we don't have to keep subscribing to the societal beauty norms, and we can just age as fast or slow as we want to.
Hello, ladies. My nickname is Skittles, so as you can see the hair.
Right on.
I'm a mother also, and I consider myself a bad bitch because I'm going to OSU studying to become a climate physicist.
Which OSU?
I'm going to OSU in Oregon.
I'm from Oregon! I was in Oregon.
She's donating an organ.
Congratulations! Oregon State University. Okay, thank you.
In the fall, I'm going to be working in the physics department. Because I know you guys are badass bitches yourself, and I want to know if there's any life advice you can give me to keep me trucking along.
What is she doing? Yes, she's going to work. She wants life advice.
Going to work, you want life advice?
Yes.
Okay, all right. Okay. Life advice for work.
Or bad bitch.
Find a work wife. You have no, or a work spouse. Doesn't have to be gender. You have no idea how many times Kim and I will text each other, oh, thank God you're here. Even if we're sitting across the table from each other.
Especially when we're sitting across the table with each other, depending who's also at the table.
We love who we work with. I don't know if you've met them, but the gentlemen that we work with are fucking unbelievable guys. We love them so much. But still a lot of testosterone. It's only a few women at a time these days, and I am so lucky. And you know what? I'm also very smart for choosing someone like Kim Rhodes to be my spouse. Because not only is she the best of us, but also by being, in work adjacent to her, also makes me better. A better person for all of you. She teaches me so much in how to be in communication, to be in relationship with fandom, with people that we work with. And when I'm with her, I can relax. And I don't ever have to really think about my job as work, because I know that I have Kim. And so even when things get shitty and get hard, I can always go, oh, thank God I can text Kim across the table. It works fast.
Thank you so much, and I am looking forward to working in the physics department.
Go get it. I thank you. I love you. You know you do that for me. And across the board, what she's talking about in my experience is also learning to separate being right from being teachable. I very much was trained in this world, there's only one piece of pie, and only one girl's gonna get it, and it will be awarded. It's also what you're talking about with aging. I was trained to be a thing so I would be given power. And what Briana has taught me is that we get to make our own fucking pie. So, when you see yourself in what you perceive is a competitive environment, ask yourself, am I interested in being right? Or am I interested in being teachable? Because when you're teachable, you end up with pie for all.
Hello. Jody and Donna are such amazing characters. When I first started watching the show, I really related to them, like from the boys' perspective.
What did you do?
Because I started like show one and I was, 20 years younger. And I really related to them from the boys' perspective. But as the show went forward and my own...
Oh, jeez. Come on.
Hello?
Here comes Liz. Here comes Liz. She looks pissed.
Okay,
Break through a wall here. There we go. Thank you, Liz.
as my kids became teenagers, I started relating to Jody and Donna more like mom to mom. And so I was wondering if you guys could share your perspectives on how your own characters changed over the years and like as you got to know them.
Oh yeah. I mean, Jody was a plot point. Jody wasn't supposed to be there for a long time. Jody was there to facilitate the story, which is the purpose of a guest star. That is not to devalue my contribution or devalue the character's existence. Jody existed to give you a story to watch. Because quite frankly, if everybody had a happy ending and just sat around going, guess I'll have another beer, it would not have lasted 15 fucking seasons. So some of us needed to experience trauma so Sam and Dean could come in and heal the trauma. Or contribute to their own. And so when it was Annie, Alex, Alexis, Ann that Robert Behrens wrote, that really shifted Jody into her own standalone, motivated, fully present human being. And that was when that thing I was talking about earlier happened, when you saw that she has fully assimilated how much life sucks and love hurts, and she still shows up and does it anyway. And that was what I really liked that about her, that was her consistent story from then on, and it just kept expanding.
I have a very similar experience that Donna wasn't even a guest star. She was really just put in an episode to move plot forward. She literally was in a sheriff's office just talking about the case that had come in on her desk. And the way that Phil, and I will take some credit for this, sure, like I developed a character with Phil and the writers, but the turning point, I was asked back for a couple episodes, but the turning point for me was for the episode breakdown, which I remember I was shooting Wayward Sisters, and then crew members kept coming up to me going, have you read Breakdown yet? Have you read Breakdown yet? I'm like, no, I can't memorize these lines. So I was like, no, I'm looking at the next episode. But I didn't know that it was a serious episode for Donna, which I think was planned to round out that character because she's a comedic character. They wanted to develop her more, moving into what we all assumed was going to be a decades-long spin-off. But yeah, that episode breakdown was such a gift by Perez. What's his first name? Davey. I was going to say Stevie. I'm like, that's not right. Davey Perez. He's wrote some of my favorite episodes on the show. And I remember texting with him. I'm like, thank you so much for trusting me with this material. And it was one of the only episodes where the monsters were human. And yeah, it was a beautiful opportunity to turn Donna into a fully fledged character that had relationships outside. And forever grateful to the writers who contributed to the character of Donna Hanscum. Hello.
Hello. How are you guys doing today?
Pretty good. Thanks for asking. How about you?
I'm doing good too. I loved Jody and Donna. I thought they were really cool characters. This is my first convention, so excited. My question for you guys is, what was your favorite scene filming together?
Favorite scene filming together. When we were in the backseat of Baby, that was pretty fun.
That was
That was like hour 18 though, and then Jared and Jensen were in the front seat, and they could not believe the shit that was coming out of our mouths. Kim and I are just the dirtiest bitches you've ever met. Oh God. And they were just, I remember at some point Jensen laughed so hard, he was like hitting the steering wheel of baby. He's like, yeah! He was so excited. And
I really loved our first scene, which was the lollipop scene, because it just was, it was technically difficult. You wouldn't think that handing somebody a lollipop is technically difficult, but it was technically difficult. At one point, Briana goes, fuck! And then she looks at me, she goes, oh, I'm sorry, I cuss. And I just was like, we're gonna be fine.
That was the first scene we filmed together. It's so funny when you think about those scenes, because I just remember being so nervous and I wanted to impress you so bad. You know, because I just knew that I was going to love her and I wanted her to love me, and that's very codependent and people-pleasing of me.
But one of the things that we as a duo have been learning to heal, because I was on the opposite end. I was the old dog that was like, she's here to take my fucking piece of pie. Right? And that was my energy going into it that I was aware of and I was trying to not act on. But so we both came into this relationship with shit that we needed to heal, that we have been able to heal because of this relationship.
I know you wanted answers about the show, but I'm not going to give them to you because I don't watch the show. But we had a great time filming. I think I loved filming Hippie 911 more than Wayward Sisters. I think that was one of my favorites.
There was a lot of pressure on Wayward Sisters.
Yeah, there was just a lot going on. And there was a lot of other people too. Whatever. Anyway. Hello.
Hello. So this is a question for you. So a memorable moment for me in Supernatural was meeting Donna. She was busty and she was beautiful. And looking at my now ex-husband and saying, I'm so happy you love me for me. As I'm really having a hard time with like self-love. So I'm looking for some closure from Donna as Jody has daughters. Where do you think Donna is now, and do you think she found love or will find love?
Where do you think Donna is now, and did she find love? That's your question.
She married Jody.
Sorry, did you want to answer that question? We've decided that a long time ago. However, I don't want that to be a baiting thing. I personally believe very strongly in platonic partnerships. And I think especially for women, I think the power of women together is so incredibly strong that when we are given the opportunity and the permission to just be in partnership or in commune or communities or however you want to do it, it really is life-changing. And I think Jody and Donna really understood each other and loved each other. And I don't know Jody's experience, but Donna had pretty luck with men. They were either dicks to her or they wanted her to be something she didn't want to be.
And Crowley tried to kill her.
There you go. So far, 0 for 10, 0 for 3.
Yeah.
So they'll just be like, you know what? I got this extra bedroom. Maybe I only have 1 bedroom.
I do have a closet full of toys.
I don't know.
We all know that. That's why she shut the closet so fast when the boys showed up.
That Donna did actually take home all of those angel blades.
Yeah.
Earlier, is there any children in the
All of us. We're all children. Excellent.
I apologize. You're learning. I see you in the back. I'm sorry, and you're welcome.
That one's too young for us to dance.
Yes. The boo-boo bee.
I know he's in yeah.
Oh, you know bee? Are you a bee? What's a bee? Modeling, get it, shake it, strap your shit, boy, or girl, I don't know, or non-gendered, I don't know.
We love you!
Oh my God, I love you too. Okay, what was your question?
We answered it.
Yes, Jody was. Okay, great.
Happy and
Yeah,
on love.
Donna is happy as fuck because I think she has given up on that. It's so funny. I was just having this conversation about life recently. I was like, I love having sex with men, but I like dating women. Does that make sense? Anyway, moving on. Hello.
I'm Rachel. I have a question that I'd like to say for maybe tomorrow when we will do this information.
Oh, that's fair. Okay.
Yeah, but I have another question actually. If there were a supernatural sequel, would you like to play in it?
Will I be paid?
Sorry, I didn't understand.
Yes. Yes.
Okay.
Do you know people on the inside? Is this happening or?
Yes, are you offering us
Is this a contract in your hand?
Yes.
I'm kind of writing something, and I'd like to, I'm not what I'm doing right now, but I'd like to become writer. And the main reason is that I had this idea about the supernatural sequel that I think could work and that people could like.
Listen, the fact that you are using your voice to express your heart is a fucking blessing, no matter what happens. So thank you for that courage. Thank you for that willingness. Thank you for saying yes to the part of you that is not ready for this shit to be done yet. Good on you.
And thanks for giving me the lead role in the movie. Thank you.
It is, yeah, there's all sorts of nasty, horrible things about this industry that stop creativity and stop things from happening. And I'm very familiar with just a few of them, but they were enough to feel like I've been kicked. But it doesn't mean we stop. It doesn't mean we quit. And it doesn't mean we let their no be louder than our heart's yes. Thank you. See you tomorrow.
With my contract. Thank you so much. Hello.
I know you both know Jody and Donna intimately, and I was wondering if there was ever a scene that either of you, through factors, whatever kind, for good or bad, a scene where the read you initially had was completely different from the final product.
Where the read that we initially
your
had?
initial thought, like when you read through the script of how it would go, and then the final product was just absolutely different from your initial prep work.
I think so.
I have one, definitely. Like the moment when Jody meets Mary, that's all Kim and Sam. That's complete. Like, Jody's not necessarily a launch yourself at a stranger and hug them. But I also thought that that expressed such, like, I wanted to establish right off the bat that Jody's love for the boys extends to this entity from whence they sprang. So that is definitely not, it wasn't how, let's just put it this way, it wasn't how they planned, the writers had planned on it happening, but it was definitely how I was like, no, I'm a hugger. And then it will be awkward and then I'll walk away. That's how we're gonna do this. And that is how it came out.
If you go back and watch that episode, I'm sitting in the stairwell. Because I always would come and hang out on set when Kim was shooting, and when Kim was shooting, but mostly when Kim was there. I don't think I have one. I know that Wayward Sisters had a first draft, and then it had a second draft. And those are different, but I won't get into what those differences were. But, no, I Maybe, honestly, I can't remember. I think that for my first episode, the first scene that I shot for that episode was the donut scene. And we love the donut scene. And the donuts, this is the funny part, were not written into the scene. Phil Saricia came into my wardrobe fitting and was like, I have an idea. I don't know if you watched the show. He clocked me immediately. He was like, this broad does not watch the show. And he was very complimentary. He's like, I can't believe you've never, because Vancouver's like a small town. The actors that live there work quite often because of so many productions that shoot in Vancouver. So he's like, I can't believe we've never seen you audition before after, this was 9 years. I said, oh, I don't do much TV. He's like, oh, just mostly features? And I was like, no, mostly theater and comedy. Anyway, he was like, so I have an idea, Dean, the character of Dean is a bit of an eater in the show. I think it'd be funny if you guys were like talking this information while eating powdered donuts. And I was like, I'm in. I'm never not in for any kind of shenanigans, sign me up. And so, I remember when we were shooting it, this, to be fair, as I've said before, was one of the very first jobs in television I ever did. I started working in TV later in my career. And so I was very nervous as to the technical aspects, which we were talking about. And so I was just trying not to fuck up. And so what happens is, before they shoot, they'll do a rehearsal with all camera, sound, props, everybody's watching to find out how they're going to build all of the equipment around your acting. And so I was taught, when the director says action, you act. Now, a lot of actors I know now, they'll just read the scene, or they'll just like go through the movie. Market. I was acting the scene, and so they gave me a donut, and I ate the donut. And so that they could see, I wanted the wardrobe to see how it was gonna fall, in case I was nothing for lighting or sound or whatever. I was like, I'm gonna do the scene how I'm gonna do it when it's rolling. And I remember they yelled cut, and Jensen just went, wow, you really went for it, hey? I was like, I thought I was in trouble. I said, no, do you only have the one donut? Anyway, so the donut business was not written into the scene. We added that, and thank God we did. It was really me and Nathan. Thank you. Hello.
Hi, Bree. Hi, Kim. First off, I just want to say, Bree, I think short hair is really cute.
Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Did you hear that, Rich?